All right. Well, welcome everyone. I am Pamela Zimmer. I am a corporate director here with APL Go. I've been with the company for 3 years now. September 1st was my 3-year anniversary. So I'm super excited to be sharing about PFT, our 18th drop. This is our weight loss drop that literally just launched days ago. So I'm super excited. Thank you all for coming. And I am going to probably go a little bit quick through all of these slides because I want to honor your time. I know it's the middle of the day on a Tuesday afternoon, and we all have things that we've set aside to be on this Zoom here with me today. So again, just thank you for coming. I'm going to go as quick as I can. And then at the end, if you have any questions, feel free. I will stay after and answer whatever questions I can. Kevin's going to be managing the chat because I don't see it anymore. Once I started sharing my screen, it kind of disappeared. So thank you, Kevin, my amazing co-host. So let's just get started. Okay, so how many of you can relate to this? Losing weight is very simple. I've done it many times. It's a quote paraphrased by Mark Twain. I know that we have so many things out there in today's world that is all about helping us lose weight. And what we're going to talk about is something brand new and different. But before we get into exactly what PFT is and what we're talking about here today, let's talk just a little bit about what, weight loss and dieting and all that stuff is, because we've all probably, well, I'll speak for myself. I have been on, lose weight and gain it back, lose weight, gain it back, lose weight, gain it back, the yo-yo diet thing. And if you can relate, raise your hand or, put a yes in the chat and Kevin can see the chat. We've all done the yo-yo dieting, right? Well, why does it happen? It starts here. We're overweight, and this doesn't necessarily mean that we are obese or anything like that. Maybe it's simply that we are over the weight that we feel like we want to be, right? So one thing that on this hour today that we're on Zoom is that there's no judgment, right? Whatever your weight is, whatever your target weight is, whatever it used to be, whatever you're going for, wherever you're at right now, that's you, and you're amazing and beautiful. And what we want to do here is talk about health and wellness and not just the number on the scale. So when we start with this, step one of why do we go through this yo-yo, cycle of dieting, when we say overweight, it could mean that you are in fact unhealthy and obese. It could just mean that, oh, I'm over the weight that I feel comfortable being. Okay. So then we say to ourselves, okay, I'm going to go on a diet. And what is a diet? It's restriction of food intake. It's restricting the calories in, hoping that the calories that we expend out are greater than the calories that we take in. Diet. And it could mean starving yourself. It could mean going on some kind of restrictive eating plan. They're not always fun and easy to follow. I know in the past when I've done it, it's been the meal plans and I have to have this for breakfast and this for lunch and this for dinner, and I can't go off it. And if I feel like I go off it, then I beat myself up. But basically the diet is restricting your calories in. And then we get into this step 3 phase where we're actually becoming deficient in essential nutrients because we're trying to hold back the amount of food that we're consuming. But what we're actually doing is creating a deficiency of nutrients in our body. So then we get to step 4, phase 4, where we're hungry, we're stressed, we're tired. We have those micro and macronutrients that aren't necessarily balanced out, and it causes us to just be hungry. And we're like, oh, of course we're hungry because we're limiting the food that we're bringing in. We're not providing enough nutrients. We're depriving our body of the things that we need. And that in itself is this negative spiral, right, of stress and fatigue. And when you're hungry, you're tired. And when you're tired, you're hungry. And all of that together combines into stress. And then we get to the fifth cycle, and that's a breakdown. And that's where you're just like, forget it. I don't care. This isn't working. I'm never going to be the weight that I want. Nothing works. I'm just hungry and tired and stressed all the time. My body's not cooperating. And then what happens? We go into step 6, and that's binge eating. And that's like, I'm just going to eat the whole pizza. I'm going to eat the whole cake. I'm going to eat the bag of chips, and I don't care anymore. And then we're right back to where we were in step 1. Does this sound familiar to anyone? Raise your hand, right? And sometimes it can go, you know, zigzag back and forth, but basically this is the cycle of what we've come to know as the whole yo-yo dieting, right? And it's not healthy, and it's certainly not sustainable. So this is what people don't like about losing weight, is typically you're counting calories or macros. You're buying packaged foods, or you have a shopping list. Like I said, you have a meal plan that you have to stick to. There's rules, there's guidelines. A lot of programs have coaching calls that you have to be on, which are great. And again, that's just something else that now we have to carve time out of our already busy life to attend this coaching call. And if we don't feel like we can make it, then we feel like a failure. And it's costly, and a lot of these programs or supplements have negative side effects. Or when you stop taking it, when you stop the program, you just gain the weight right back, and then some. Again, it's back to that whole yo-yo diet cycle that we just saw. It's difficult. You have to work out a lot. It's strenuous. You're hungry all the time. You never feel satiated and full. And a lot of things that we're seeing lately, without naming anything, are actually starting to cause long-term organ damage. And that's something that is not good, right? We want to be healthy for a long time. And if we're doing something for that short-term weight loss that's causing long-term damage, that's not a good thing. So these are the things that we don't typically like about losing weight. But what if losing weight looked like this, where we didn't have to count calories or macros, or carbs or fiber or fat or points or anything like that, unless we want to? What if we incorporated healthy habits that we all know we should be doing? And we're not going to should on ourselves, but we all can drink more water, right? We all can focus on moving our bodies more. And it doesn't mean you have to go run a mile and a marathon every day. It doesn't mean that it's a 60-minute, you know, sweat dripping off your brow every single day or 5 days a week, but it's just moving your body more, not being so sedentary, getting better sleep, having good sleep hygiene, no cell phones right before bed, get off your screens, don't eat right before you go to bed. All of these things contribute to healthy habits, right? What if you could immediately curb those cravings and feel fuller faster for longer? What if we could step on the scale and notice a change quickly, or take that tape measure that we all dread? I don't like measuring myself either, but it's a great tool, because if we don't measure ourselves, we don't know, one, where we're starting from, and we don't know where we're getting from, and we can't track our progress. So what if you could see changes in measurements? What if there's no uncomfortable side effects? What if you could not have to add something to your shopping list? You don't have to take time out of your busy day. Instead, you could just savor this delicious candy and lose weight. And I know you guys are all like, what? Eat candy and lose weight? Yes, it sounds too good to be true, but it is. So how does this sound for losing weight? I think that this sounds a lot better to lose weight than the previous screen. No shots, no pills, No powders, no juices, no gels. What we have that we are super, super excited to share out into the world is in fact our 18th drop, and it is our candy lozenge drop that targets visceral fat. Visceral fat is the unhealthy fat that surrounds your organs and your belly, and it's the hardest fat to get rid of. That's why sometimes you can actually see someone who looks fairly healthy, right? But on the inside, they have a lot of that visceral fat, and their body actually is in an unhealthy state. So this product here is not like anything that you've seen before. It's not like anything out on the market. It is part of our Rapid DNA drop collection. So these are all the ingredients in this PFT, which stands for the perfect blend for your body, because remember, there's no judgment here, right? Like your weight goal is your weight goal. And we're not saying you have to be 120 pounds or 160 or 110, whatever that number is for you. That's the perfect weight for your body, wherever you feel confident and comfortable and can sustain it. That's what this product can do to help you get there. So let's go through the ingredients. There's a lot of ingredients, and a lot of them have overlapping benefits. A lot of them boost your metabolism. The aloe vera leaf, the beetroot extract, which beet juice, beet juice is actually in all of our drops because it's one of the binder ingredients, the molasses and beet juice. So that helps boost the metabolism. All of your B vitamins, B1, B2, B3, B6, they all help boost that metabolism also. Let's see, we have the pod pepper, which is essentially cayenne pepper, and that's a thermogenic. I don't know if you've all, if any of you have heard those like weight loss drinks. Sometimes it's like cayenne pepper and lemon juice in water. I've done that before. It's not pleasant to taste, to drink, but one of the reasons cayenne pepper is such a prevalent ingredient in other weight loss products and supplements or juices or cleanses or anything like that is because it's a thermogenic and it boosts and speeds up that metabolism. And I know when I first started taking PFT, there's a few of us on the US-Canada trial, and you'll hear from a couple of them later. When I first started taking it, I noticed my metabolism speeding up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm hungry. Not because I wasn't necessarily eating enough, but because I could finally feel my metabolism kicking in, which it hadn't in a long time. So a lot of these ingredients boost your metabolism. They burn fat. The ginger root, the flax seeds, the brown algae, they help burn fat. Tomato extract. We also have ingredients here, the psyllium, which is plantain. It helps balance that insulin level and decrease your appetite. So that's one of the things that will help you feel fuller, faster, and longer. And you won't have that crash of, oh my gosh, I have to eat right now kind of thing. And then we have chromium cholinate, and that's also another appetite suppressant, blood sugar regulator. It targets the belly fat. It helps promote that lean muscle. And we know that muscle weighs more than fat. So sometimes, again, the number on the scale might go up, but your fat percentage can come down while your muscle percentage can go up. So lots of great ingredients. If you want to take a screenshot of this, go ahead. There's turmeric, garcinia, cambogia fruit, tomato extract, barley seed, pod pepper, like I mentioned, the ginger root, aloe vera, moringa leaves, flax seeds, beetroot, brown algae, all the B vitamins, tons of great ingredients. And what I love about all of our products is they're all scientifically formulated for that specific purpose. So this drop here, this PFT lozenge, it's specifically formulated to do what it says it's going to do, which is target that visceral fat, increase metabolism, help us feel fuller longer, curb our appetite, which is all the things that we know contribute to healthy weight loss. So let's talk about how our products are a little bit different and why this weight loss drop compared to some other ones. Just looking at this picture, we have a handful of pills and we have a handful of candies. And I know which ones I would choose, but if I were to ask you, if all things were equal, if the nutritional value was equal, which one would you choose? I know for me, I'd choose the candies. Raise your hand if you'd choose the candies, right? And one of the things that makes our products so unique and different compared to anything else that's out there on the market is the delivery system, which in turn impacts the absorption. Everything is absorption. We can be taking, eating, consuming all of the right things, like have the perfect diet, the perfect layout of vitamins that we think that we need. But if our body's not absorbing it, it's just going right through our system and it's turning into expensive waste. Absorption is really the key. And if we don't absorb the things that we're getting, then it's not doing us any good. One of the things that makes our products unique is that they don't go through the digestive system, which can be slow and sluggish. It can take anywhere from up to 36 to 48 hours for your body to fully absorb anything that goes through your digestive system before then it goes back out into our bloodstream and into our body where it needs to go. So with these little lozenges, really, this is what they are. They're like little cough drops, little lozenge candies that are not candies, but they taste like candies. And you just savor them in your mouth. They dissolve through your mucous membranes and it's direct to cell nutrition. It gets into your bloodstream right away. So we call it instant gratification nutrition. It's no different than if a doctor were to tell you to put something under your tongue. It's because that gets absorbed into your body quickly and efficiently. So that's what makes us different compared to any other supplement out there on the market. And then secondly, we have another technology that no other supplement has on the market with negative ions. And I know when I first learned about negative ions, I didn't know what they were, but essentially it's nature's healing power. And in this case, negative is good, positive is bad. So positive ions are what causes illness and disease in our body. It's free radicals, it's toxins in our body. And we get those from our cell phones, from the computer, from pollution outside, from negative things in the environment that our bodies absorb, from foods that are toxic to us. Positive ions are bad. Negative ions help combat that and neutralize those free radicals and help our bodies rid of toxins. They help us with energy. They help us keep our bones strong. They help us with normal blood pressure and helping our organs stay healthy. So many benefits of negative ions. And this is actually technology that Nikola Tesla discovered a long time ago. And we've patented this technology. It's called accumulate assay, and it was invented by a couple Italian scientists. And this patented accumulate assay technology actually takes the botanicals and we extract the DNA of these botanicals and then infuse them with negative ions. It's a very scientific process. I completely don't understand it 100%. Because it's very scientific, but I know that there's power in nature, right? For thousands of years, people have been using plants to heal. And we have the purest form of these botanicals because we use the DNA. We extract the DNA. So there's no fleshy part of the plant. We have the purest, most potent phytonutrient level of all of these botanicals. They're grown in Israel where the soil is pure. We own the manufacturing. Everything is controlled. So we have the highest quality. And all of our products, including this one, PFT, have these negative ions infused in them. So not only are you getting the most potent form of these botanicals, but you're also getting the benefits of the negative ions, which help heal our bodies and help repair ourselves from the inside out. We have over 30 certifications from all over Europe. We are a European-based company, and a lot of times we know that Europe can be ahead of us in terms of medical and scientific innovations. We're halal, we're kosher certified, which actually gives us a certification called Beyond Organic. We're 100% natural, no added flavors, sweeteners, coloring, artificial, synthetic binders. We are FDA registered as a whole food nutrition. And again, we own our manufacturing. So we have absolute quality control, meaning that from harvest to manufacturing to distribution, we have our hand in it. So we have distribution centers all over the world. We're in nearly 75 countries and expanding. So we actually have pure quality. So when you take a look at our product, including this PFT product, and you compare it to other products on the market, other weight loss products on the market, for example, since that's what we're talking about today, you can be certain that ours have the highest quality, and what we say is in our products is actually in our products. And that just makes me feel good to know that it truly is all natural and I'm doing something healthy for my body. Oops. Going backwards there. Okay, sorry about that. My mouse is not cooperating. Okay, so here's a statement. People are overfed and undernourished. How many of you would agree with this? And how many of you, if you look at one of these symptoms on this list, know someone, whether it's yourself or someone else, that has one or more of these symptoms? We are a society that eats a lot, but again, we're not necessarily getting the nutrients that we need. And so here we have a solution for all of these things. So not only do we have PFT, our weight loss lozenge, but we have 17 other lozenges. We have 3 different collections, and I'll go through these just really, really briefly. We have everything in our daily collection, from starting with Grow. That is our immune support product, and it actually won the #1 immune support product in 2020, which is a great year to win that. And then we have Get Strength, which is for energy without the jitters. We have NRM, which is for blood sugar and metabolism regulation. We have Power Lemon, which is men's hormones, prostate, active lifestyle boost. Power Apricot, which is more for women, and that targets women's hormones, thyroid, adrenals, all things kind of female. We have Relax, RLX, which is for stress, anxiety, helping you fall asleep. It won't put you to sleep. It just helps really calm your mind down, so that you can get rid of the chatter so you can fall asleep, or if you're having anxiety during the day, it's a great one to kind of pop in here and there. We have SLD and STP. Those are kind of our pain drops. So SLD is like taking an ibuprofen. It helps with inflammation, muscle, joint. And then STP is like taking a Tylenol. That's for like pain, like you skinned your knee or you have a headache. So that's our daily collection. And then in the middle, we have our Premier collection. We have Alt, which is for easy breathing. That's great for allergies, respiratory kind of sinusy things. HPR, HEPAR. This is a natural detox, and it helps support the liver, kidneys, and pancreas. This isn't a run to the bathroom detox. And in fact, this is a really great drop to pair with our PFT weight loss drop, because it will help you detox all of the things in your body that is going to have your numbers go in the right direction when you get on the PFT weight loss drop. HRT is our heart drop. It supports all things cardiovascular, blood pressure, heart, just overall heart health. ICE is our digestive support. So that's like you have heartburn, an upset stomach, you ate too much. This is a great one. No more Tums. We can take the ICE. This one works super, super fast. Then we have MLS, which is kind of like a multivitamin, but really the beauty of this one is it's gut health. It's targeted to gut health, and gut health is everything. It is our second brain. And we know that if our gut isn't healthy, really nothing in our body is healthy. And so this is also another great one to pair with the PFT drop and the HPR, the detox drop. And then over here on the right, we have our Elite collection. We have Air, which is an antiviral, which also includes vitamins C, D3, and zinc. It's a great one anytime you are feeling like you're coming down with something, you're traveling, you're around a lot of people. In Europe, they call it the COVID drop. I can't say that here, but that's what they call it over there. Hint, hint, hypothetically. And then we have BRN, which is Brainy, and this is for cognitive support, mental alertness. We have Beauty. Can't have beauty without brain, right? And this is beauty from the inside out. This is a nutracosmetic, and it helps boost your body's ability to produce natural collagen. It helps with hair, skin, and nails. We have Happy, HPY. This is a hemp seed-based product. So really all things, really anything that you might take a CBD product for. This is a great replacement. There's no THC in it, safe for kids. All of our products, I will mention, are safe for kids. If you have someone that can suck on something without choking, they're absolutely okay to take these. There's no risk of overdose, no negative side effects, anything like that. And then of course we have PFT, which is our weight loss drop. So that's our collection. But let's get back more to what we're all here for, which is PFT, the perfect drop for your body. So here are some of the benefits of using PFT. Again, as mentioned, it helps stimulate the metabolism, which results in faster calorie burning. Sweet cravings go down, and I can attest to this. I have a mad sweet tooth. And after about 2 weeks is when I really saw a noticeable reduction in my cravings for sweets, even so much as I had ice cream and cake and dessert in front of me, and I didn't even want it. So it does help with cravings, or those late night snacking cravings. It helps decrease your appetite and the sensation of hunger, so that you actually eat less because you'll feel fuller, and you won't be hungry. So again, you won't maybe snack in between meals or late night. It does help normalize the gastrointestinal tract function, so that you're, ridding the toxins and ridding that fat. It enhances cellular respiration. It helps with the lipid system and carbohydrate metabolism. Again, it maintains that insulin activity, so you're not going to have the spikes in blood sugar. And it contributes, again, to just overall body volume. So like fat mass reduction and muscle mass maintenance, preservation, increase. So those are some of the benefits. Obviously, it's all in combination with healthy eating and exercise. We're not saying go eat a cake, go eat a pizza, go have a bag of chips, and all you have to do is have one of these and you'll be fine. No, obviously we're promoting healthy lifestyle, healthy eating, healthy exercise. And again, exercise can be just movement, just getting up and moving your body. So let's look at a couple testimonials. This was the European study group that they did a few months ago. 100% of the participants lost weight. You can kind of read the stats here, but there are some before and afters. Anita lost 17.5 pounds in 2 months. And I think that's just amazing. And everyone was in a healthy cycle of doing it. So it was an average of 1 to 3 pounds a week. It's not like all of a sudden you're losing 10 pounds in the first week, because that's unhealthy and it's not sustainable. So 100% of the participants lost weight, and they were taking PFT 3 times a day, which we'll talk about in a couple minutes also. But look at this, the average clothing, people went down an average of 2 to 3 sizes. Can you imagine? I mean, maybe now you have to have a little shopping budget in your in the back of your mind because you're going to need new clothes, right? But we had 27 women, 5 men, ages 55 to 60. Everyone lost weight, like I said. And then this is our own Pina D'Angelo after a month of taking PFT. And again, she was taking it 3 times a day. She had a decrease in appetite and a sense of fullness, and her cravings went away immediately. And for her, it was the 4th week when she saw the biggest change on the scale. So here's her before and afters. And there's 3 of us on this Zoom right now who are in the current US and Canada trial. We just completed week 3. So I have Kevin and Kathleen and myself, and you can kind of see some of our results here. But Kevin, do you want to unmute and share just a couple minutes of your experience taking PFT?
Sure. I was looking forward to the drop for 2 years. And I know some people have been looking even longer than that. And I put on a lot of weight during COVID, and I needed a way to start giving myself that extra edge. Prior to COVID, I was very active. I was in the events industry. I was always on my feet. I averaged 20,000 steps a day. And that helped me stay much thinner. When COVID hit, obviously all that activity disappeared. And there's no chance of me being that active on a daily basis again without maintaining a gym membership. So when when PFT came around, I was so excited to try it and to give myself that head start in moving towards the direction I need to get. And as you can see by the numbers, things are going pretty darn well so far. I've even noticed this morning I was on another Zoom call with this other system, and it actually, it's a closer image of my face. The camera just, for whatever reason, zooms in closer. And I thought, wow, I've lost weight. Like, I could see it in my face now. So that was pretty cool. So I'm super pleased. I can't wait. I still have about 50 pounds to go to reach my goal. And I am totally convinced that I'm going to get there going with PFT all the way.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Kevin. And I noticed too in your face yesterday and today, I can see in your face. And I know a lot of times we don't necessarily see in ourselves, but that's awesome. I'm so excited for you too. Thanks for sharing. Kathleen, are you able to unmute and share a little bit about your PFT experience so far?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
There's an echo. Just a minute. I'm going to do this.
All right.
Are we there? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I've been on the PFT trial for the 3 weeks now, and it's been an up and down. I lost some weight, about 1.5 pounds, and was feeling pretty good. And then the second week hit, I went from the Atlantic coast to the Pacific coast, and a wedding and all kinds of things hit, and I gained almost everything. I gained everything I lost, but on that second week, I went down 1 inch in the waist, and the thing I noticed is that my lungs were having kind of a wispy kind of breathing, and I knew I wasn't sick. There was no fever or anything else, and I realized that the fat is burning off, and I actually got hungrier. I'm not much of an eater because as a school teacher, and you kind of deprive yourself to take care of kids in the classroom and what you need to do for lessons. But I realized that my lungs were cleaning. They were giving off some toxins from the 2 years of teaching in COVID that I'd gotten bronchitis from. So I just added a couple air every day, or 3, along with my other drops I was taking. And then I was able to release that, and it's pretty much gone. Once in a while it'll come back, but now I can feel my liver and my pancreas going to work, and I'm going, woohoo, we're getting there. Because I have a fatted liver that I was inherited, and I know my sisters and siblings have different diseases because of that. But so far I've been able to be pretty free of that. So I just want to say that the PFT is going to work for your body the way it's meant to work. If you have a lot of weight and you've had some disorganization or diseases in the past, just do not freak out, because your body's going to get rid of it, but you're still going to lose the inches and the weight will go down again. So this week, the weight's come down again. And from my very first starting point, I have lost, like it says, 4.5 pounds and 2 inches around the waist. And finally, the hips and the chest have started to reduce. And I just feel stronger and healthier. And I'm watching for when I need to detox. I just supplement my drops and we're good to go. And we keep marching on. I'm so excited. It's awesome.
That's awesome, Kathleen. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So I've noticed also a similar experience where the first week I was on it, like I said, I was hungry because I could feel my metabolism speeding up, and I actually gained weight. But what I realized is that my body fat went down and my muscle mass went up. So I was like, okay. And then on the second week, gained more and was not happy about it. But I also realized that I wasn't really mindful of what I was eating. I was eating a lot of junk, and I don't typically eat junk food. I don't eat fast food, but I was eating the sweets because my sweet craving hadn't been curbed yet. So I was eating a lot of sweets, just probably overeating because I was hungry, because my metabolism was kicked in. So I wasn't super happy about that. And I also was on my cycle. And I know other women out there, you know, I could fluctuate up to 5 pounds sometimes the week that I'm on my cycle, depending on how much water weight I'm carrying. I was stressed, I wasn't sleeping, all the things that contribute to healthy weight loss. They were all not in my favor. So when I got on the scale a couple days ago, I was surprisingly shocked in a good way, because the night before, I was out to dinner and had a really, really rich meal. We had tableside Caesar salad. I had steak with béarnaise sauce. I had a few bites of Bananas Foster's. We had bread and wine and all the things. And Will, my husband, and I, we drove home and we're like, oh my gosh, give me the ice. I ate too much. I got on the scale the next morning and I had noticed that I was the lowest weight that I have been since starting PFT 3 weeks ago. And then this morning I got on the scale again today, because I had today with our trial, we have to do those uncomfortable pictures and measurements and all of that stuff. And I was down another pound. So I'm down a total of 3.1 pounds from the start. And again, I had that rocky up down first couple weeks. And now I'm feeling like, okay, I feel good. Today also was the first time that when I took my pictures, I had a noticeable difference in my belly. Like I could see it, that, okay, I can see where the inches have gone down. So my advice to everyone is try it and keep on it, stick with it, because like Kathleen said, your body's going to do what it needs to do. And same with Kevin, like, you know, now he's noticing the changes in himself, in his face, right? So everybody's different. PFT is going to work with your body and it's gonna do what it needs to do because it's smart. So thank you, Kathleen and Kevin, for sharing. And I also am super excited and I can't wait to see continuing on it where I end up. So let's talk about how you take it. It is recommended that for the first 30 days or until your desired results, you take 3 a day. So ideally, you would take 1 PFT, then you have breakfast. If you need a snack, have a snack. If you don't need a snack, don't eat a snack. Take your second PFT, have lunch, again, snack in there if you want or not, and then take the third PFT and have dinner. This is the ideal situation. I will also admit there were a couple times where I forgot to take it right before I ate because I was out. I took it after I ate. And I don't know if that contributed to the first couple weeks being up, down, up, down. The cool thing about this program is there's no real rules or restrictions, right? Take it around mealtime. I will say it's not a magic pill. There's no such thing. You do have to be mindful. We get to be mindful. Again, that includes eating healthy, getting regular movement, sleep, reducing your stress, because all of those things contribute to a healthy lifestyle, which will support you in your weight loss. So 3 is the key for the first 30 days or until your desired results. And we have a really, really amazing offer through our company that until September 10th, you can actually get 1 box for $70. It's normally $80 in our Elite collection. That's wholesale pricing. Or you can get a 5-pack for only $250. That brings it down to $50 a box. Super, super affordable. And especially when you compare that with some of the other programs out there, there are some things out there that have those, flashy, do this, it's a quick fix kind of thing. And it costs $100 to $130 a week, up to $500 a month for some other programs. So for $250, you can get a 5-pack. And here's what I would say about that. You can do 3 times a day for a solid 45 days. Or you can do 3 times a day for month 1, and then month 2, you can go down to 2 a day. Or you can get multiple 5-packs, or you can figure out what works for you. And just like with, going to the gym or something like this, we talk about good, better, best, right? So a good result, yes. Can I get a result from taking 1 PFT a day? Probably. Could I get a better result taking 2 a day? Yes. Could I get the best result by taking 3 a day? Absolutely. And we'll use the whole going to the gym scenario, right? Like, so say I want to go to the gym and I want to build up my bicep strength. Like I want to be toned. Am I going to see tone in my arm going and lifting weights 1 day a week? Eventually, probably. Will I see more results faster if I go 3 days a week? Probably. What if I go 7 days a week? I absolutely am going to see results faster. So it's the same with any of our products, really. And that's why we recommend 3 a day, especially for the first month, or until your desired results. It's also great if you can be on some of the other drops too, like the detox drop or the gut health drop, because that's just going to help you rid that extra fat a little faster. So this is a special that we have going on right now with our company. And let's talk real quick, like, what if I want to help pay for my product? What if I want to not have to pay all of this myself? Well, you're in luck, because we're in this side gig economy. We have 80% of people are looking for a side gig, because I don't know if you've noticed, but there's all kinds of inflation happening in the world today, especially in the US and Kevin, probably Canada also. And what are we doing, right? What's our plan B when plan A doesn't work? When what we've been doing to generate income and pay for things isn't enough anymore, we have to have a plan B. And network marketing is one of the answers to that. I used to be a complete skeptic. I used to be the one that would walk, 10 feet away, turn around, don't talk to me about your business. I'll use your product. I'll share your product. I'll have a home party for your product, but don't ever ask me to sell your product, until I really realized what the industry can do. And it really is one of the best ways that I know to generate income for my family. It's a $167 billion industry. It's higher grossing than the movie industry, than video gaming, than the NFL. It's up there. So I just encourage you, have an open mind and take a look at it, because it is a way that you could help pay for your product and help get your product paid for your family as well. And why APL Go? Again, I'm not going to read all of these things. You can take a screenshot. You can read them real quick. But we are one of the best kept secrets. We're 11 years old, almost 12 years. So we're not a brand new company, but we're new here in the US and Canada. So we've been in this pre-launch and now we're starting to get out there, but we still have so many people that don't know about us. We pay out 63% in our compensation plan, which is higher than most any other network marketing company out there. There's a low monthly commitment. It's easy to resell the products. If you have a retail store or you're a holistic or medical professional and you want to offer it to your patients, we have barcodes on everything. Again, we're in all kinds of countries. We're opening up. Everything is scientifically backed, and the technology is there. The innovation in nutrition is there. We are winning awards. We are ranked number 3 in momentum. In fact, I just checked this yesterday again. When we first started 3 years ago, we were ranked number 129 in momentum, and now we're ranked number 3. So there's something to be said about that. We've been voted the best compensation plan. We've been voted 2 years in a row the best company to join. You can see that we pay 63% out on the dollar, which again is higher than any other company out there. So there's a reason that we're doing so well. And just with PFT, in the first 48 hours, our team generated $80,000 in sales. So if you think that there's something to this healthy weight loss candy, you're right. So I'm inviting you to join the movement. Whether you join it as a customer, whether you join our team, people are gonna notice and they're gonna wonder what you're doing. And just think about, who are all the people that you can help? Who are the people that you know are struggling with their weight? Who are the people that are tired of swallowing the pills and wasting their time and money and having negative side effects? Who are the ones that you know have health issues that you truly could help them with this little candy lozenge? So $80,000 in team sales in the first 48 hours, it's something to pay attention to with this PFT direct to cell nutrition. Nothing else like it out there on the market. So that's all I have for you today. Again, we do have this special. It goes through September 10th. This is a company-wide special that you can take advantage of as an associate, just $25 to become an associate. And I would just encourage and invite you to get back with the person who invited you, because they might have some extra additional incentives for you. For those of you, if you take advantage of the 5-pack or join the company or become a customer. So thank you all so much. I'm going to stop sharing and open it up for questions. And I'm going to take a look at the chat here and see if I missed anything. So if anyone has a question, feel free to unmute and I will do my best to answer that.
Yes, I wanted to ask the people who are on the trial, have they noticed an increase in energy with taking the PFT at all?
Kevin, do you want to answer that?
Yeah, I would say it's not like a jittery kind of thing or anything, but I find that I'm less fatigued midday.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Like as with any of our drops, like I never feel that jittery energy, but I do feel like I can like go longer. Like I'm not having that 3 p.m. slump like I usually have.
Okay.
Great question. Anyone else? Awesome. All right. Well, I'm just going through the chat here. Doesn't look like there's any questions that didn't get answered. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for coming. Do you have something else that you want to add, Kevin?
Yeah, Valerie just asked, are there other drops
Oh.
you should take with PFT? I would recommend HPR and PWR at least, just to help your body process the fat that's being taken out of your system. And if you're living, you have hormones, and if you have hormones, you have hormonal imbalance. So the hormone balance would be helpful as well.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Kevin.
I have one more question. Sorry.
Yes, go ahead, Candy.
After you reach your desired weight, whatever that is, what is the recommendation or recommended dose that we should take the little lozenge?
Yeah, that is a great question, and it's one that we're getting a lot. And I know you probably want me to say like, oh, you can just get off PFT forever. We're so new, especially with this drop being out and still in kind of that trial phase. We're not entirely sure, but here's what I will say. All of our drops are nutrition, right? They're essentially food. So I think as long as we are maintaining that healthy lifestyle, right? We're not going back to the old ways of I'm not moving, I'm stressed, I'm not sleeping, and I'm eating the whole cake and pizza. As long as we maintain the mindset shift that we've made over our healthy lifestyle, my plan is that I probably won't need to be on PFT forever. Or maybe it's a one a day or a couple times a week, or if I am going on vacation and I want to, you know, thin out a little bit, something like that, right? Obviously, we're not trying to sell something that now you have to be on for the rest of your life, but it's also like if your body has a calcium deficiency and your doctor puts you on calcium pills, once you get to that ideal level, will you go off the calcium? You know, like, so you just have to play around with your body. Yeah, Cindy, like you said, one a day keeps the doctor away, right? So, and again, because it's nutrition and these are full of plant DNA, which is smart, so it's going to get absorbed and used in your body. Theoretically, we should be able to survive on these drops and water. So that's a long answer. I hope that helped.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Great question, though. Any other questions or comments or excitement? Like, who's ready to get their PFT? Yeah.
I
Yes.
My mother's just arrived today, and that was what ordered on Friday night or Friday
Yeah.
morning, I should say.
Yeah.
And the box is open. She's going to start tomorrow morning.
I love it. Yep. I told my husband he could start yesterday. Yay. All right. Well, thank you all so much for coming. I will have this recording out. So if you have people that didn't get to watch it, or if you want to watch it again, if you want to, you know, watch it and look at those ingredients and benefits, please feel free. Thank you so much for coming and taking the time out of your Tuesday to be with me. And I look forward to seeing you all a little bit weightless in the future. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Pam.
Thanks, Pamela. Great slides.